Have I broken a law?
Step out of the vehicle, please.
Have I broken a law?
No, but we're officer safety. We don't know what's in the vehicle.
All right.
I'd like you to step out and we can talk.
Well, this isn't a traffic stop, and I haven't broken a law.
You're on lawful order.
This is not a traffic stop, and I have not broken a law. I'm under arrest? What am I under arrest for?
Get out of the car.
What disorderly conduct?
Get out of the car. We'll talk about it. But right now, you're resisting arrest.
Get out of the car. We're going to drag you out. We're going to break your window, drag you out.
For what conduct did I do that was disorderly?
Welcome to a video that has taken the internet by storm. A man standing his ground against the police, insisting on his rights and refusing to comply with their orders, has become a viral sensation. But what happened in that encounter? And why has it resonated so deeply with viewers? In the video, the man is seen arguing with the police officers who claim they witnessed disorderly conduct and want to detain him for investigation. However, the man insists he is on private property and has not broken any laws. The police officers are concerned for their safety and ask him to step out of the vehicle, but the man refuses. It's a situation that can happen to anyone, and it's important to know your rights. This man demanded to know why he was being stopped, what the officers were investigating, and refused to comply when he felt his rights were being violated. It's crucial for all of us to understand that we have rights and that we can stand up for ourselves when we feel that those rights are being infringed upon.
What in the hell is going on? What? I'm on private property, boss. Have I broken a law?
Step out of the vehicle, please.
Have I broken a law?
No, but we're officer safety. We don't know what's in the vehicle.
All right.
I'd like you to step out and we can talk.
Well, this isn't a traffic stop, and I haven't broken a law.
You're on lawful order.
This is not a traffic stop, and I have not broken a law. I'm under arrest? What am I under arrest for?
Get out of the car.
What disorderly conduct?
Get out of the car. We'll talk about it. But right now, you're resisting arrest.
Get out of the car. We're going to drag you out. We're going to break your window, drag you out.
For what conduct did I do that was disorderly? You witnessed disorderly conduct?
ARS 13-1904.
You witnessed disorderly conduct? Wait, you witnessed disorderly conduct to arrest me? Is there a sergeant here?
My lieutenant's right here.
Okay, you witnessed disorderly conduct to arrest me, Lieutenant? Well, he's saying I'm under arrest. Well, am I under arrest or not? So I'm not under arrest and they just threatened arrest? Okay, I'll agree with you there. Clearly I'm being lawfully detained. Am I under arrest like this officer just said? You said I'm not. Well... Freaking vent's so loud, I gotta... Okay.
Sir, please step out of the vehicle.
No.
Okay.
So I said I'll talk to you.
Okay, do you have any weapons in your car?
I'm not going to answer any questions.
Because this is a big difference between us taking you out or not. So you can roll down the window the whole way and let us see your hands.
Okay, you guys have my... You can see my hands. You can see my hands.
This isn't an agreement.
Bro.
We're getting to the point where this isn't an agreement.
I understand my rights. I know officer safety. Seeing both of my hands right now. If it's a lawful traffic stop. On private property? Yeah, so what am I being stopped for?
You want to talk about why we're here?
I want to know. He said I'm under arrest. And you said maybe. Now, I'm not stopped for a traffic stop, clearly.
You're being legally detained.
Okay, to investigate something. To investigate something?
Yes.
Okay. What are you investigating?
Disorderly conduct.
Okay. Well, it wasn't disorderly. So, what do you want to know?
What happened?
Last night, an employee came in and harassed me about my service dog. That was the start of it all, okay? And he said I needed to have a vest on, which I don't. Their rules say you don't need a vest. This happened at another park, which is why I know. And he's pointed to some sign about fake service dogs and really escalated. I mean, first he came in the room and yelled, like, I was in there by myself. It was like 10 o'clock at night. He comes in the door and says, doesn't even know anyone was walking in. Hey, what's going on in here? Like, what the fuck, man? And I'm like, what? And so he's like, you can't have dogs in here and you can't have your bike up here. And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Because my bike, I rolled it up to set up because I was just using the internet. And Anyway, man, I told him, dude, you're out of line. You need to go. And by the time I pulled my phone out when I started filming, then he totally changed his demeanor. Was like, oh, well, I'm just going to leave, right? So then this morning I start texting to try to get the manager's name because I wrote up what happened and I was going to send it to the manager.
If somebody's driving away from, say, a domestic violence situation,
Okay.
we can stop that vehicle.
Yeah.
We have reasonable suspicion to detain that
So
vehicle.
that's how you guys are coming to this. Like
And
like you don't know if there's a dead body in there.
We have no idea. Okay? We don't.
Because of how they're telling you. Because this is what I'm saying. This morning to even call you, why was you called? Because I didn't have any interaction with
Have you
any
ever played
staff
the telephone
member.
game before?
Well, yeah, but that's not my problem.
I
That's
know.
them
I
jacking
know.
stuff
I
up.
know, I get that. But you played that game before?
Yeah.
Where one person
Yeah.
says one thing and it goes down the line?
Yeah.
So now these people tell our dispatch what's going on. Our dispatchers are trying to type it in and tell us at the same time what's going on, so things might get lost in translation.
Okay.
So we have to react with what's coming in through the radio and on the screen of a disorderly male subject that has been threatening in the past. We see you leaving. We stopped you. Okay? This is technically it is a traffic stop.
Well,
Okay? Because
is it?
again, we need to detain the
It's
suspect.
stopping a vehicle, but it's not a lawful traffic stop.
It is because we are detaining a
You're detaining an individual. You're not creating a traffic stop where I broke a law, right? You don't know if a law is broken. You're
We have
investigating.
reasonable suspicion
Reasonable
that a
suspicion.
law was
Yep.
broke. That's
Yep.
why you're detained.
Yeah, I got that.
So when a law enforcement officer,
But coming out telling me I'm under arrest when you see no weapons, don't see me being disorderly, and tell me you're going to bust my window and jacking it up, that's pretty freaking out of line,
let
dude.
me explain that. Okay, so when we ask you, please step out of the car.
And I don't have to. If I haven't broken a law or I'm not on a traffic stop, that's MIMS, right?
Pennsylvania versus MIMS is a
Yeah.
driver has to step out of a vehicle
On a lawful traffic stop.
which this is a lawful.
This is
traffic
not a
stop.
lawful traffic stop.
You
We
can-
can disagree on that. Go ahead.
Let's agree to disagree. Okay.
Fair enough.
So
If you could tell me the traffic violation that I had to
it
encounter,
doesn't have to be a traffic violation.
it does.
It-
I believe it does. Or you have to witness me breaking the law,
Okay.
right?
It's reasonable suspicion to detain.
I know. Okay, I agree. I'm sorry.
So
I'm still jacked up and I'm still defensive. I'm really not trying to make it worse.
I get it. I'm just trying to talk with you and
I know you are, and I
explain things.
appreciate it. I'm not trying to argue. I'm just trying to get my side in a little bit, so because it's on
Absolutely.
film and you know where this is
100%.
going. Yeah.
Okay, so when we ask people to step out of a vehicle and they refuse, that's refusing a lawful order.
Mm-hmm.
That
If it's a lawful order to be given,
Okay.
but let's leave that alone because
So-
we're done with that, right?
yes.
Okay.
So you refused. That's why we told you you're under arrest now.
Yeah, but it wasn't a real arrest, and we're done with that, right?
So understand that's why we're here. That's why we're detaining
that's why you called,
That's why
yeah.
we're talking with you.
Yes.
Okay.
I think we.
So talking with them,
Yeah,
I don't believe there's probable cause to arrest you for disorderly conduct.
I would agree with that.
Okay, 100%. I agree. All right.
Mhm.
Now
Or trespass.
they say they want you trespass. However,
They don't have the right.
That's why I'm talking to you, trying to figure it out.
Mhm.
Okay.
You're gonna
Sounds like-
need to
it
get
sounds
corporate
like-
and the property owner involved.
It sounds like you have bought basically a piece of property and you're living on it temporarily. Okay. To us, that sounds more like a landlord-tenant thing.
That's the closest I
I don't
could
know,
see.
and I'm going to be honest. I don't know.
I agree.
But
It's
what
it's a weird one
It
for
is.
me too. I don't know how to
It's a
explain
big
it.
civil.
But I know I
It is
have
not.
rights. I have a contract. I've made my payments. I'm up to date. I know all that on that side for them to be able to
So what?
say anything on that. So I have a contract in my thing, and you know,
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call our county attorney and explain all this to them, and because I want their help in determining what's going to be the best solution for everybody.
sure.
Does that make sense?
I mean, I don't know what they would have in
I don't
it,
know. I
but
wanted-
but I wouldn't mind hearing what they had to say in a way. I know it's really only looking to jack me up,
No.
but I'm pretty confident in my standing, so I'm not really worried about
we're
it.
not
But
looking to arrest you at all.
not even arrest, just trespass. Just if they had, you know, like to do that means you're looking to further it to see if you could come back and trespass me because the attorney says you could. That's where I'm saying you're going with it.
We still have to figure it
And so I understand as a cop, you're really not looking for my best interest by doing it, but I'm also pretty good at standing on my own 2 feet and say, hey, whatever. If I thought I was wrong, I'd leave. I mean, I'm a man, dude. I'm 50 years old. I got wheels on my house.
I didn't get
the
your
reason,
name. I'm sorry.
Corey. The reason I'm staying is because I have a right to stay and I haven't done anything wrong.
And we're going to figure that out, Corey. All right, thanks.
Corey, I apologize. I made a mistake in saying that.
Bro,
you're
I
under
really
arrest
appreciate
for
that.
disorderly conduct, but there is a crime being investigated regardless.
I totally
Or
get
the
it.
new information is not disorderly conduct. It could be trespassing, like you said.
Well,
So-
yeah, I appreciate you apologizing for the way you came up. It was pretty freaking aggressive, and yeah, it would have went sideways real quick. I would have lost, but it would have just been bad, dude. I'm not that kind of guy.
This video is a reminder that we all have rights and we should never be afraid to stand up for them. It's a powerful message that has resonated with viewers around the world. We must always be vigilant about our rights and remember that we have the power to stand up for ourselves, even in the face of authority. It is important to note that when an officer believes that a person is committing a crime or has a reasonable, articulable suspicion that a person is committing a crime, they have the right to investigate and make an arrest. However, they must also follow the law and respect the rights of the individual. Citizens also have the right to refuse to answer questions and to remain silent. However, it is also important to note that citizens do not have the right to resist arrest if the arrest is lawful. However, in some states, if the arrest is unlawful, citizens have the right to resist. In this case, the man argues that he is being lawfully detained, but he is standing his ground and refusing to comply with the officer's orders. One of the main issues at play in this video is the jurisdiction of the police officers. The incident takes place on private property, which raises questions about whether the officers have the authority to legally detain the man. While it is important for law enforcement to maintain public safety and enforce the law, they must also operate within the limits of the law and respect the rights of citizens. In this case, the police officers must consider whether they have the legal authority to detain the man on private property, and for what crime. The incident in the video highlights the tension that can arise between citizens and law enforcement officers in situations like this. While it is important for law enforcement to maintain public safety and enforce the law, it is also important for citizens to feel that their rights are being respected. It is essential to build trust between law enforcement and communities to ensure that citizens feel safe and protected. This requires a collaborative effort from both citizens and law enforcement officers. What do you think about the actions of the officers? Let me know in the comments, and be sure to give this video a huge thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more videos. Go over to his channel and appreciate him for standing up for our rights. Links in the description.